Hello YouTube, what's up? So today I thought I'd make this video, and I'm pretty sure you're asking, who are these two characters? Well, I'll tell you. Right there, here we have Pig from Word World. If you're not familiar with that show, it's about all these animals and these words that come alive. The show these air on PBS Kids. And we have from the recent show, PBS Kids still airing on its 7th season, Daniel Tiger from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Okay, now, I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering why I added these two characters. Well, because I just realized that these two characters share one thing in common. After watching Word World, the episode Achoo, and the episode from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, Daniel's Allergies at School, there is one thing that is the same with these two characters. And guess what that is? They are both allergic to peaches. Yep, you heard it correctly. Both Pig and Daniel Tiger have the same food allergy. They are both allergic to peaches. And the episode that they have the same food allergies are... Pig's allergy episode is Achoo. And basically what happens in that episode is Pig wants to make peach pie to eat. But then... Actually, sorry, no. He wants to make apple pie, my bad. And then all of a sudden, Sheep comes with an entire bag full of peaches. And then as soon as Pig gets a sniff of the peaches, he starts to sneeze. And he sneezes nonstop. Sheep and Dog try to find a way to help Pig stop sneezing, and, well, they try a whole lot of unnecessary things to stop Pig from having his allergy. First, Sheep thinks Pig might need to go to the hospital, so they build an ambulance and take it over to Pig's barn. But Pig responds by saying, "I don't need an ambulance." And before he could finish his sentence, Pig sneezed again. And then Pig and Dog got blown away and ran into the ambulance, and it broke into letters again. And also, I don't remember what else she did, but she became an acrobat. And when she became an acrobat, this is funny of me to say, Pig let out the biggest sneeze possible, which caused the barn to come up and almost blow off, and Dog and Sheep went shooting up in the air when Pig went, and then Sheep is like, "We're never gonna find a way to stop Pig from sneezing." But Dog has an idea. He calls Ant. And as soon as Ant comes here, he pulls on his antenna saying, "Who brought peaches?" And then Sheep is like, "I brought peaches to make peach pie." And then it happened. Ant said that Pig is allergic to peaches. And Sheep is like, "What's allergic mean?" And he responds by saying, "Allergic means that if you get too close to something, you cause it to sneeze." But if you have a food allergy, there's more that happens than just sneezing. And I'm going to get to that once I get to Daniel Tiger over there. And then Ant gets all of his ant cousins to get rid of all of the peaches. And then Pig immediately stops sneezing. And then Sheep does not know what to do because of Pig's allergy. So Pig responds by saying, "We'll make apple pie instead." And then they both agree and they have apple pie, and the episode ends with them eating apple pie. And that's how the episode ends. Pig and everybody else, Dog and Sheep and Ant, all the characters in that episode, ate apple pie instead of peach pie. Okay, now we're going to get to Daniel Tiger. Daniel's allergy episode is Daniel's Allergies at School. And this I think this is the same thing. Holy crap, it is. So, basically, in this episode, Daniel makes peach pie, but for school. And then his dad gives him a peach to try. Asks if he wants to try it. Then Daniel starts biting into the peach. And then all of a sudden, he starts to get these bumps on his face called hives, and he starts to itch. And then his mom and dad ask him, saying, "Are you feeling okay?" And then he says that his face is itchy and his legs. He starts scratching his face, and then Dad thinks that Daniel might need to go see Dr. Anna. So he takes Daniel to Dr. Anna while Mom stays with baby Margaret. Because he also has like a little tummy ache, and they don't know how to treat Daniel's allergies, so they take him to Dr. Anna's office. But when he gets to Dr. Anna's office, Dr. Anna exclaims to Daniel that he is allergic to peaches. Even though Daniel says that peaches are yummy, Dr. Anna says that he can't eat them because he's allergic. She says that she is even allergic to peanuts. She is allergic to them, so she can't eat them anymore. And then she gives Daniel medicine to drink. Some sort of purple medicine that you drink inside of a little cup, and then he immediately starts feeling better. But that's not all he has to do. Dr. Anna also gives Daniel this like little book of some 3 simple rules that Daniel has to follow. The number 1 rule is don't eat peaches. She puts next on that. And the second rule is if Daniel does not feel well, he has to tell either mom or dad so that they know how to take care of him. And the third and most important rule, he has to ask his parents before he tries a new food to make sure that the food he's allergic to is not inside there. So he'll ask his mom and dad saying, "Is there a peach in this food?" And if they say yes, he can't eat it. But if they say no, then nope. He is perfectly fine to eat that food without getting sick again. And then Dad and Daniel go home, and Dad is like saying, "So if I don't feel well, if there's something in with peaches, I just say no, thank you." And then Dad responds by some of the food he can eat, which is bananas, strawberries, oranges. I forgot all the names he gave them, but that's what he said. And then Daniel Tucker makes believe about him eating all different types of fruit and avoiding the peaches. And then after he gets home, he shows the rule book that Dr. Anna gave him to his mom. And Margaret and then Margaret was eating the peaches that Daniel didn't eat. And then Margaret offers Daniel a slice of peach, and then he responds by saying, "No, Daniel can't eat peaches anymore with the book." Then he feels disappointed that he can't make peach pie for school. So Mom takes him to the refrigerator to show Daniel all the different types of fruits he can eat. Sorry, ignore the background noise, you guys. It's trucks. They come to the road constantly. And then Daniel sees the peaches, which he can't eat. So Mom asks Daniel Tiger if there's a food he can eat instead. And then he asks the viewers, "Do you think there's a food in here I can eat?" And what do you know? There is something very similar to peaches that he can eat, and that is oranges. But he doesn't want oranges, but he wants banana bread muffins. So they make banana bread pie instead to take, which is his favorite food, by the way. He's definitely not allergic to banana bread muffins. Dad comes by and asks Daniel what they're making, and Daniel responds by wanting him to guess. And then Dad silly says banana meatloaf, and then Daniel corrects him by saying banana bread muffins. And then Daniel thanks Mom and Dad for helping him feel better. And then they both sing "We Take Care of Each Other." And the episode ends with a strategy about helping you feel better by saying, "We take care of each other." Daniel has a food allergy, and then the song explains about what Daniel has to do to avoid eating peaches. After the song, they have some jam and bread, but Daniel stops for a second. He's like, I need to ask before I eat something new. And then he asks his mom tiger by saying, are there peaches in this jam? And then mom tiger says, nope, there are no peaches in this jam. And then they both eat. And the episode ends with Daniel saying that he's allergic to peaches. And then that's the end. And now we're going to get to allergies at school. So Daniel goes and brings his banana bread to school. And guess what they're celebrating? 100 days of school. Holy shiza, that is a lot of days. Sorry if I shouldn't say the word. It's just crazy. And then Daniel tells Teacher Harriet that he's allergic to peaches. So Teacher Harriet knows not to feed Daniel that food. And then Teacher Harriet is like, thank you for telling me, Daniel. Is there anything I should know about your allergy? She says. And then he tells her by saying, well, if I don't feel well, I will tell you, a grown-up. And then Teacher Harriet says, I will help you with all of those things. And then Daniel Tiger goes and plays with Katerina and O, who are playing restaurant. With an orange restaurant, basically. And basically, they're playing an orange restaurant where every single thing you eat there has to be an orange fruit. It can't be green, it can't be red, it can't be banana or yellow, orange. It has to be orange. And then I think Prince Wednesday comes up and asks Katerina to eat something. He immediately responds, but different colors. And Katerina responding keeps saying, this is an orange restaurant. You have to eat things that are only orange. And then, I don't remember else, much about this episode, so I'm just going to explain everything else happens. Prince Wednesday eventually says a green carrot, and Katerina gets frustrated saying, we are an orange restaurant, but then she stops for a second, okay, you can have an orange carrot. And then Miss Lena comes over and says, one orange platter to share. We have orange juice, oranges, orange-colored oranges, and orange-colored peaches. Then Katerina's like, you see, orange fruit. But Daniel gets Tori pretend peaches, but he pushes them back saying, I can't eat peaches. I know they're pretend, but my body doesn't like them. And that's a good thing, Daniel Tiger. You need to be careful what you eat. I know it's just pretend peaches, you're not eating it for real, but it's a good idea not to eat toy peaches because then you will forget your allergy and eat peaches for real. And I don't want that to happen to you, so good job avoiding the toy peaches. And then Daniel told all his friends that were eating at the restaurant what happened. He got itchy red dots called hives in his face and legs, and his belly hurt. But Dad took him to Dr. Anna, and she helped him feel better. Teacher Harriet then says Dr. Anna is there to take care of you. And then all of his friends kindly say that they will help take care of Daniel at school too. And then Katerina's like, don't eat the peach. And then Daniel says, okay, I won't. Then he goes over to O, which is building a block tower, which actually has 100 blocks. Yes, you heard it correctly. Old Owl built a tower with 100 blocks by himself. And then Teacher Harriet comes over and says it's time for the 100-day peach party. And Miss Lena gets so excited that she rolls over the tower that Owl built, and Prince Wednesday trips and falls over it. But don't worry, he landed on his bottom. And then I think Daniel or one of the characters asks Prince Wednesday, are you okay? And then he responds with okay, but also his glasses fell off when he fell. Because, he doesn't have the strap on the back of his head to keep his glasses from falling off. So Daniel helps Prince Wednesday look for his glasses. And then, after finding his glasses on the front, Dylan gives the glasses back to Prince Wednesday and says he can see again. Then Miss Lena responds by saying, I'm sorry I made you trip. And Prince Wednesday says it's okay and hugs him. And then she apologizes to Oldie Owl for knocking over his build block tower. And then Daniel has the idea to put all the blocks back in the box. So that way Teacher Harriet or any of the other characters in the class won't trip over the blocks. And then Daniel's like, we're taking care of each other. Yes, we are. And then Teacher Harriet, amazed by seeing the class clean up after themselves, says, well, class, it's wonderful to see you all helping out. And then they all sing, we take care of each other. Yes, we do. And then Miss Elena asks again, excitedly, is it time for the picnic? And Teacher Harriet says yes. Then they calmly go outside and have the picnic. As they go outside, Miss Lena sees the 100 sign Teacher Harriet made and put, and Miss Lena is like, is that really 100? And Teacher Harriet is like, yes. And then they start having the picnic. And Teacher Harriet sneezes. Gesundheit, Teacher Harriet. And then Katerina gives Teacher Harriet a tissue for Teacher Harriet to use. And Daniel's like, we even take care of our teacher. And that's a good thing. And then there's another song strategy about we taking care of each other. And it's about the characters taking care of each other. And this video is already going to be way too long, so I'm not going to talk about that. But after this song, Daniel sees a peach in one of the fruit. And Miss Lena responds to Daniel by saying, don't eat that, okay? Sorry about the background noise again, you guys. Please try to ignore that. That was a motorcycle. Anyways. And then the episode ends with Daniel eating an orange, or I forgot the food he eats. And then he responds by saying, we take care of each other. And if you have any food allergy, there's people there to take care of you too. And then he among us, and the episode ends with It's Such a Good Feeling as usual. And that's everything that is in Daniel Tiger's food allergy episode. Sorry if this was kind of a lot of explaining, but that is every single detail about the food allergy from Pig and Daniel. That's why I wanted to make this video. Because you guys didn't know this until now. But if you watch Word World, if you don't believe me, guys, go watch Word World, the episode 2. And then go watch the Daniel Tiger episode, Daniel's allergies at school. And then you will see that those are both the allergies that they have in that episode. Anyways, that's going to be quite it for this video. So if you loved it, please hit that like and subscribe button, comment below, and turn on post notifications so you will never be notified when I upload new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.